Peace Reflections. Back for part two of my life story, my journey. And I want to say that yesterday when I shared my story, I got a lot of good feedback, you know what I mean? Encouraging others, and that's really what this is all about, you know what I mean? Not only that, but just me becoming free and me telling my story and me healing myself, you know what I'm saying? I do want to start off by saying that I'm definitely not I'm not doing this to point the fingers and place the blame on anyone and what they did, because what I've come to realize is that a lot of the things that happened to me was already written. You know what I mean? In my astrology report, I'm reading it and I'm seeing that because certain planets are in certain houses that I was gonna have a lot of loss in my life early on. You know what I'm saying? I was going to be abused, you know what I'm saying? I was going to have a lot of things happen to me, and so somebody had to do it, you know what I mean? I hold no ill intent, I hold no grudges against anyone. I just know that it was all a part of the role, you know what I mean? It was all a part of the story that was already written, you know what I'm saying? So this is just mostly for me to get it out because, like I said, especially in the black community, we have a habit of just sweeping things up under the rug. You know what I mean? We go through life and we experience things that's traumatic. We experience loss. We experience hurt. We experience just so many things and never talk about it, never get it out. And the same situation is going to keep occurring until you can, you know what I mean? You can identify the problems and heal it. You know what I mean? So this is what this is all about. Not about placing the blame or pointing fingers or making anyone feel bad. You know what I'm saying? It's my story, and I got to get it out. So basically, you see the cows over there. We got cows on the other side. But basically, where I left off yesterday was when I started getting locked up. You know, my teenage years, basically, adolescent. And that's why I kind of went to the streets. Like, I just found more love and comfort out in the streets than I did at home. So that's when my journey with jail and the streets started. Like I said on yesterday, I just found a lot of love. I found a lot of comfort there. So that's why I stayed. And I had different situations just come and happen to me. I remember the ones that stick out the most is when I was about 14, 15, I ran away from the house again, you know what I mean? I remember this particular situation because right before I left out of the door, my Babylonian aunt, she was like like I said, we was really heavy in the church, you know what I'm saying? So everything was church. And like I said, that was all a part of who I am today, because if she hadn't made me go to church and those things weren't beaten in me and instilled in me, then you know what I mean, I wouldn't be the person I am today. The Bible, we wrote the Bible, you know what I'm saying? We wrote the Bible, but the Caucasian, they, you know what I'm saying, they don't know how to decipher it. They don't know how to decode it. And it's our Bible, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm able to decode certain things in the Bible because it was instilled in me as a child. So this particular time, you know what I mean, I'm getting ready to sneak out the house, you know what I'm saying, to leave. And I think she kind of felt it. She had to feel it because as soon as I was finna get ready to go out the door, she was at the top of the steps, like, where you going? You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I'm running away, like. So I remember before I walked out the door, she was like, this is your comfort zone. This is your, you know what I mean? This is your comfort zone. When you step outside of your comfort, then you're open for the enemy to for anything to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? And that always stuck in the back of my head. And this particular time when I did run away, I ended up getting raped. You know what I'm saying? And right after I got raped, I called the police or whatever, and I was taken to the hospital to do a little rape kit, and then I was taken to jail because I had ran away. And this particular time, they gave me like 2 years. I had to do 2 years because I just kept getting in trouble, and I don't think she wanted me at the house anymore. So so that was a trauma that I never dealt with. It was just like put to the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? Like a child getting raped, and then just getting sent to jail. You know what I'm saying? And I take responsibility. You know what I mean? A huge part of that situation happening was me because I was hard headed and I wanted to run the streets and you know what I mean. Not saying that I deserved that to happen, but it was already written. You know what I mean? So it's all of these are ingredients. You know what I'm saying? I do want to say that during my teenage years, my grandmother, she really stepped up to the plate. She was always there for me. She was when I had to do those 2 years. And I was in Macon, Georgia. She was always coming to see me. You know what I'm saying? Driving from Atlanta to Macon every other week or every week. You know what I mean? She was really there. Like she really stepped up to the plate for me, the best that she could during those years when I was just out there wilding in the streets, wilding. You know what I mean? In jail. She was really there for me. Um, and yeah, even in my teenage years, um, like I just always felt this emptying and this void, just trying to find out who I am, trying to find out where I'm from. Just I always felt like I was here to do something great. You know what I mean? I always felt like that. Like no matter what I did, I always excelled in it. You know what I'm saying? If I was selling drugs, I was the best at selling drugs. If I was in the streets, I was the best at running the streets. If I was doing music, I was the best at doing music. And back then the music was my escape. I have a Mercury. My Mercury and your Mercury planet is the planet of how you learn and how you communicate. And my Mercury is in the 12th house, which kind of makes it hard for me to communicate verbally. That's another reason why I'm doing these videos, to get over that. And so I always was musically inclined. Like I always did poetry, I always raps, you know what I'm saying? I always did a lot of things with the music, cuz that was my escape, you know what I'm saying? So when I did music, I was the best at doing music, you know what I'm saying? Those that know me, y'all know, you know what I mean, what I've done in the industry and who I've worked for, you know what I'm saying? So like I just been the best at doing everything that, you know what I mean? Like I've always excelled. So back to the story, teenage years, because we tend to forget a lot. So I'm just trying to remember. You know what I mean? Just go through it and remember it. I could just remember teenage years just being wild. Like that was my time to just do whatever. I was stealing, I was robbing, I was doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's really where my drugs came in, my experience with drugs. And actually my first experience with drugs was when I was in the YDC in Macon YDC. And they used to give us this drug called Adderall, you know what I'm saying, which is it's like cocaine, it's like meth, it's like pills, you know what I'm saying? It's like all of that. Like, and that was like my first experience, and I loved it. You know what I mean? So when I got out when I was 17, while I was in there, I got my GED. You know what I'm saying? I took my GED test at 16. I started college courses. And so when I got out, I was 17 and I was enrolled in the Cab Tech. I was in college, you know what I'm saying? And I was getting a check every 3 months. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing nothing good with it. That was like my free time because I never was able to, I didn't go to high school. I dropped out in the 8th grade. So for me, college was like high school. You know, so I'm skipping classes and just doing all kind of dumb stuff. I'm taking my refund check and buying drugs with it and flipping it. And you know what I mean? I was just wild. Like, I was just real wild, just on some wild stuff, just for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But all of it was written, man. All of it was written. So Yeah, most importantly, it's about what I learned from those experiences. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about what you do; it's about what you learn. You know what I mean? Um, and what I learned from everything that I've been through, um, everything that I'm going to continue to go through, new things, old things. It's just, man, it's life. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? When you hold on to things that you really couldn't control, when you hold on to things that are was gonna happen anyway, you only hurting yourself. You only. It's all about your perception, how you look at things. Once you change your perception, then I can see. Cause I was depressed for a long time. On this happened. You know what I mean? Just throwing myself a pity party because I wasn't looking at it the right way. You know what I mean? I was looking at it from a point that was low in my lower self. You know what I'm saying? Now that I've graduated to my higher self, now that I'm on a higher frequency, on higher vibrations, I see it for what it is. I see that these things happen because they was meant to happen. They were supposed to happen. They had to happen. And I'm glad that I was chosen for those things to happen to. You know what I'm saying? So that I can help somebody else. You know what I mean? And that's the main thing right now that I'm reprogramming into my head. You know what I'm saying? Everything happened for a reason. And everything happened in divine timing and divine purpose for me to be at the exact time and place that I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? To help someone else. Even just opening it up and helping someone else is a big step for me. Because in life you go through things and you're like, I was just on that fuck people thing. Like, fuck people, I don't care, you know what I mean? I went through what I went through and that was it, you know what I'm saying? But if my story, if my experiences can help someone else, you know what I mean? Then I've done my job. You know what I'm saying? I've done my purpose. Um, it doesn't make sense for me to be here and be receiving all of this light and receiving this healing and I don't reflect it to someone else. You know what I'm saying? That would just be selfish on my part. You know what I mean? And I do have a good heart. Life has hardened my heart a bit. You know what I'm saying? But in me telling my story and me healing, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be all right. You know what I mean? And my joy is to help others and to service others in their healing also. So if you need me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hit me up. My Facebook is Erica Carroll, ErikkaCarroll. And my Instagram is Nature Girl Supreme. So, you know what I mean? Thank y'all for listening. Um, and make sure y'all share this. You know what I'm saying? Peace.